Okay, so the first time you ever saw that, what was your reaction?
My reaction was I cannot believe that this is happening. I was like, this is literally the most Iowa thing I've ever seen in my life.
My earliest memory of playing football is blank.
Probably in third grade, I started practicing with my brother's team. He's 2 years older than me. I started just going out, and they gave me some shoulder pads, and I went out there and just started playing. But other than that, no earlier than that.
I realized I was really good at football when?
8th grade, when I started to, our last game of the year, I went and played receiver. They threw it up, and there were 3 guys around me, and I came down with it, and everyone else fell.
Favorite game you ever played in college?
Penn State, when they came and visited us in 2021.
Your dad played at Ohio State, played in the league, it seems like forever, won a few championships with the Hawkeyes out there in Washington. When you think about his playing career, what stands out the most to you?
I think just the longevity of it. Near the end of his career, he started getting more injuries, but any time you're playing in the NFL for 11 years, it's an impressive thing. So longevity and the success he had playing, in 3 Pro Bowls, an All-Pro player a couple years. So I think those are the biggest things that stand out to me.
Now, he's obviously really good on the offensive line. Probably gave you some blocking tips there, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. He does a little bit of that, but he kind of leaves it more to Coach Hodge and Coach Brian here at Iowa, and Coach Ferentz as well.
So let's say Ohio State is playing Iowa. Your dad is on the color commentary for the radio broadcast. What color is he wearing up there in the booth?
For this last year, I think he wore neutral colors. He didn't have any logos. I will say I think he had a Hawkeye shirt under his shirt. So hopefully that doesn't get me in trouble with him. But
that's all good. All right, now, live in the Midwest, obviously you get 90-degree weather during training camp. You got 20 degrees by the end of the season. Do you prefer to play in 90 degrees or 20 degrees?
20 degrees for sure. I mean, you can warm up on the bench, but you can't really cool down all that much. Obviously no sleeves in the 20-degree weather, but you just got to kind of power through. But you can still get warm.
No sleeves, is that a team rule for you guys, or is that just something that you said you're going to do for yourself?
It's more of like a tight end thing for us. We kind of all said no sleeves, and I think that's been going on a long time. Here and there, someone will do it, and you kind of look at them like, come on, why are you doing that? But at the same time, it's like, you got to do it sometimes, but I think it's always no sleeves for me.
All right, let's get into the tight end tradition there. Obviously, you got Kittle, you got Noah Fant, you got Hockenson, those types of guys. How much communication do you have with those guys, and what have you picked up from their game?
There's not too much communication there. However, just watching old film and seeing the little things that they do, that's so nice to have, all the access to every single game, every practice that they've been to. It's just really cool to have that type of thing. And then even just watching them play in the NFL is a really good thing as well. And I think that even learning from Sam Laporta, who just went on to the NFL, he had a little more conversation there, and he just teaches me those things as well.
Would you call Iowa tight end you?
I would. I'm biased. There are a lot of good reasons for everyone. Everyone's going to have their argument, so I'll let everyone else decide.
Cade McNamara comes in as a transfer. Obviously got that conference championship pedigree. What was your initial communication like, and how has your relationship with him grown?
Yeah, it's been good. Just meeting him the first time, it was really cool and a great experience, and just happy to have him on the team. And now it's all strictly business. When we're on the field, but then off the field, we're good friends, and I enjoyed spending time with him.
Now, new personnel, and what kind of adjustments do you see your offense making in 2023?
Yeah, I can see us making a lot of adjustments. I think that it starts with Coach Brian Ferentz. I think he's made a lot of good changes to the offense, and I feel confident in him. And then just bringing in a lot of new guys and having a lot of new guys coming back as well has been a good thing for us. And I think that it's not going to take any one person. It's 11 players on the field every time. So that's something that is very big for us. It's a team sport.
Who's a player that you think is going to have a breakout year for Iowa in 2023?
I think that Caleb Johnson, he could have a really good shot. I also think Xavier Wampa, he could be really good on the defense for us, and I'm excited to see a lot of guys go out there and perform to a high level.
Bucket list thing to do when you visit campus?
Bucket list. I think that I don't know. That's a really hard question for me. I think visiting Kinnick Stadium is something that I got to do. Seeing the hospital right there, you gotta go and see that if you're in Iowa City.
Yeah, I've never been in Kinnick for a game. I know the wave is crazy, but outside of that, what's probably your favorite part of game day?
I think the swarm, we all hold hands, run out together at the same time. I think that, that's been going on since Coach Fry has been the head coach over 40 years ago. And I think that's a great tradition for us. And just going out, especially the first game day, we go out there holding hands and seeing all the fans out there screaming, and it is awesome.
Best class you've taken?
I've taken a lot of great ones. I liked this class, Entrepreneurial Finance. I felt like I learned a lot of great, valuable lessons in that, and I thought I did pretty well on it. So,
are there any rivalry week traditions that stand out to you?
I think when we play Iowa State, all the other students kind of put up banners, talking, it's called Hate Week or whatever. So that's the big thing that I like a lot. It's funny, and they got some good ones over in Iowa State too. I will say that, but I think that they can't top any of the ones in Iowa City.
Best place to eat lunch on campus?
I like Bread Garden. It's a restaurant. It's a grocery store, and they have kiosks and they have a hot grill and everything like that. And I think that they, make some good burgers as well as a grilled cheese I really like. So it's a good spot.
Okay, so give me the grilled cheese breakdown. What kind of cheese is going on there? Is it simple? Is it dressed up? What are we eating?
Yeah, so I think it's on sourdough bread, and they got, I think it's American cheese on there, and then they got tomatoes and like some other stuff. It's really good. They call it the goat grilled cheese. So I would give it that name.
When you walk onto campus, you feel blank.
I feel excited. It's cool to see the other students on there. And I don't know, I enjoy school. So going out there, it's fun. And then kind of seeing the other students, and sometimes every now and then they'll stop you and want to talk to you and stuff. And it's just a cool experience. It's kind of a small town feel, in my opinion.
What's the best part of training camp?
Being with the teammates, you know how it is. There's not a lot of great parts of training camp, but at the same time, it's however you make the experience, that's how it's going to be. So if you're going out there and not wanting to have fun, then it's not going to be fun. But if you go out there and take advantage of every play and every day, then it's going to be a lot of fun.
And then during the season, what's the best part of game week?
I like traveling, with the team, the meetings and stuff, and then as well as just kind of getting on the bus, going to the stadium, and then obviously going and trying to win a game.
Yeah, hay bale toss? Yeah. Can you describe it to someone who isn't familiar?
Yeah. So it's like the most Iowa thing I've ever seen in my life. They go and they have these big 330-pound guys going and picking up hay and then just throwing it over like you're pole vaulting or high jumping. And so my guy Jennings Dunker won it this year, set a new record, 14 feet 6 inches. So it's 60 to 75 pounds that he's throwing over a pole, and it's insane. Probably thousands of people are there watching, and it's a great tradition that I'm excited I've got to see.
Okay, so the first time you ever saw that, what was your reaction?
My reaction was that, I cannot believe that this is happening. I was like, this is literally the most Iowa thing I've ever seen in my life. I remember sending a picture of my family and was like, where am I? I didn't even know what to expect going to Iowa, and everything has exceeded my expectations, but that right there was just shocking.
What'd your dad have to say about it?
He was just kind of shocked as well. I don't think he's ever seen anything like that either, and that's just normal in Iowa, so it's cool.
Do you have a Coach Ferentz impersonation?
Not a great one. He's got such a unique voice. I don't even know if I could really try it. There's a lot of guys that have really, really, really good, impersonations of him, but his one-liners are really good. I don't know if I could say some of his one-liners on here.
Favorite thing that he does is when he talks, he goes like this all the time.
Like this, and then he sticks out his fingers counting, and then one thing he always says in team meetings, he'll always be like, we got 2 things today, and then he'll be like, after the second thing, he's like, all right, 3 more things. He just keeps going on, and then all right, last thing here. So it's funny. It makes you appreciate him. He's such a great guy, and it's such an awesome coach to be under and play for.